Alrighty, we're back. This was meant to be recorded yesterday, but I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm a little bit under the weather. I think I've caught a cold from wherever, so I'm a little bit sick, just a cold, but I'm gonna see how we go. Off to the gym. I not long ago got off the call. I don't know how, but because I knew signing up to this gym, I want a free personal training online consultation thing. And so this guy came on a Zoom meeting with me, spoke about my splits and whatnot. I'm like, oh yeah, this will be all good. And it was just basically a promotional thing, which is kind of annoying. He wasn't actually trying to help me, and it was, I could tell from the first 5 minutes that he wasn't actually trying to help me, he was just trying to sell me something. And so that was a waste of half an hour, 40 minutes this morning. Anyways. Now, I want to speak about how skipping breakfast is one of the best things you can do. Now, oh gosh, it looks a bit glare, excuse me. Can't drive, that's better. Skipping breakfast is one of the best things you can do in terms of productivity and whatever, and everything really. Now, I'm not sure if people who have tried it will understand that how powerful just not having breakfast first thing when you get up is. Most times people get up and the first thing they do is they'll have a morning routine, whatever, and they go and have breakfast. And already you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, because when you eat breakfast, you're essentially telling yourself that not all the work is done, but you've done enough to earn a meal, and you've done enough to not satisfy. How do I word this? You've by eating a meal, you've said that you've done a task that rewards, or is a reward for effort, essentially. And so having a first thing in the day, you're rewarding yourself for getting up, which probably isn't great for productivity. Eating a meal is essentially another hit of dopamine for a lot of people, and we're all about delaying gratification in today's world. So by skipping breakfast, you are essentially telling your body that you have to go out and do a task before you can eat. Like in the primal caveman days, you had to go out and hunt for your food and gather and go and get the food before you can sit down and enjoy it. Now, if you take away that hard work beforehand, all you're doing is encouraging laziness, because the most important work for the day is done when you have your first meal. So if you delay your first meal and do your work before you eat, you'll be if you're not used to it, the first few days might be not great. You might be hungry or distracted or whatever. But if you stick it out for even a week, if you skip breakfast for a week and get up whenever, not have breakfast, and do whatever task it is you need to do, whether it's schoolwork, whatever, or your business, YouTube, whatever. Do that first thing and get everything, get your most important work done first, and then eat. You'll be amazed at how much. You'll be amazed at how much more how much more effectively you work. Like, I found that even going to the gym, I had so much more energy doing a workout on an empty stomach than I was having breakfast beforehand, or even having lunch. Now, I feel like that's contrary to a lot of popular belief in bodybuilding, where being on a cut, you're supposed to have low energy and whatnot. But I feel like that's just not true. Maybe I'm a bit weird, but it seems like working on an empty stomach is just better for efficiency, productivity, everything. It's obviously not great if your main goal is to build muscle in the gym, because we all know you've got to be in a calorie surplus, and if you're completely skipping a meal, you are missing out on probably 1,000 calories if you're taking a bulk seriously. And well, then you're not effectively achieving your goals, which I guess is not ideal. But if your main goal is not the gym, it might be a feature. It might be just if your main goal is anything but the gym, I'd highly recommend trying not having breakfast and delaying your first meal for the first few hours of the day. Just see how you feel. If you are used to eating a lot of food early in the day, well then obviously you're gonna have to start with a smaller meal and whatnot. But get to the point where your first meal of the day comes at midday or even later. Like, for example, I've been up for maybe 5-6 hours now, and I had my first meal, which was pretty much lunch. I've gotten to the point where I don't crave lunch anymore. I don't crave breakfast anymore. I'd rather run on an empty stomach, because I know how sluggish and unproductive I am when I'm not on an empty stomach. I'm not sure. I've been thinking about it recently, since I've been trying to pack on my calories, and I'm trying to pack on a little bit more muscle as of recent. So obviously I'm having breakfast because I want to bulk up, because it's coming into winter here where we are. I'm trying to bulk up and pack on a little bit more muscle, because at the moment I'm a little bit skinny. So yeah, I'm having breakfast, and most of my workouts have been significantly worse or less impactful than my workouts that when I was running on an empty stomach, which seems counterintuitive. Like, normally you're told to have plenty of fuel in your body before a workout or before you do any kind of activity. But I don't agree. It seems like, oh God, I cannot park. It just seems like that's not effective for me. Now maybe this is just a me thing, maybe not, but I want you to go out and try for the next week or even 2 weeks, skipping breakfast, and instead of eating first thing in the morning, going and doing some work, because once you get used to it, you'll be fucking amazed at how good you feel. I think that's about it. Yeah, nothing else. This one's a little bit shorter than the last few have been. I hope it's good. I will watch it back. May not be good. We'll see. Thanks for sticking around. Finally starting to see some progress with the YouTube. Getting some more consistent views, gaining a few subscribers, you know. All the good stuff. Anyways, life is what you make it.